Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And we've got half of our diamond done, and now we're going to finish the other half of our daffodil diamond. So, in row 25, we had 25 squares. So, this last row that we did yesterday, you should have had 25 squares. Alright, now we're going to be starting to decrease on both ends. So we are going to chain one and turn, and we're going to slip stitch to the third stitch, and in the third stitch we're going to start our square, and then we're going to switch over to blue in row 26, and we need one blue, and then we need to switch back over to green, so put that blue over there, come back to green, and we need one green. But we're going to take this blue with us because we're going to need that blue down at the other end. Alright, so green, blue, and now the dark yellow. And we need one dark yellow. And now we need to switch over. If you keep these in order, there, green, blue, and then we need to bring up the light yellow, and now we're going to need 6 of those. There it is. Alright. While we're carrying the other 3 colors along with us. So there's one. Make sure, yep, we're in the camera. You can see what I'm doing. So there's 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. Alright, so now we're going to switch back to the dark yellow. Let's make sure we did 6 right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need 8 dark yellow now. But we're going to leave the light yellow here, because we're not going to need that the rest of this. We will be needing it up here though, so let me carry it a little bit longer in the next row. So we need 8 of these dark yellows now. So there's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's do one more. 6, and then now let's leave. Well, we left it there. Okay. It'll be all right. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Leaving this dark yellow behind, and now I need 5 blue and 1 green, and that'll finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then switching over to green. And this is the last stitch right here. And normally we would be doing, this would be our last stitch. But because we're decreasing on both ends, this one is our last stitch. So once you get the green done, this stitch right here, this first stitch over here, you're going to slip stitch to it. So now we've created 2 corners. Just to kind of show you this, we created this corner because we slip stitched over here and started here, and then we created this corner here. So we've created this one and this one, 2 corners, and now we're going to be working our way up into another corner, the last one. So that was row 26, and chain 1 and turn. And if you noticed, with the decreasing, we're chaining 1 and not 2. So we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, and in the third one you're going to start your square. And then we're going to switch over to blue, and we need 6 blue. We're going to carry our green with us. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring this dark yellow up for right here, because we're going to need it next anyway. And 6. So green, blue, dark yellow, Now we're going to carry the green blue with us. We need one dark yellow here. And then we need to bring this light yellow over to us next. And I carried it a little bit further, which I'm glad I did, because that would have been a long ways to be stretching that across there. Alright, so now we need one light yellow here. And then we need to switch back over to the dark yellow. And now we're going to bring this dark yellow or light yellow with us because we're going to need it. We need 8 dark yellow next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, this is 8. And we're going to switch over to the light yellow. Hang on a second. I did not do that right. This has to come forward and then switch. Jeez. Alright. We need 2 light yellow and 1 dark yellow. So there's 1, and 2, and then we need to switch over. I'm going to leave that yellow behind. Switch back over to the dark yellow. We need 1 dark yellow here. Right, yep. And now we just need green, blue, green. I'm going to leave this yellow behind. So now switch over to green. And then switch over to blue. And then green to finish up this row, because this is the last stitch right here. Slip stitch right there. Oh, come on. Alright. Okay, so I forgot to tell you that row 26 that we had finished, you should have 24 squares. In this row, 27, you'll have 23. So it goes down by 1 square. As when you're working it, it goes up by 1 square. It goes down by 1 square when we're going, we're decreasing. So there's 26 and 27 done. Let's go 28. Chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And in the 3rd stitch, you're going to start your first green square. Alright, and it looks like we need 3 of those, but we're going to need to bring this blue up, so, because we're going to need that blue at the other end. So we're going to have to carry this blue with us. So 3 green, and then it's going to go to the dark yellow. And we are needing 1 dark yellow here. And then we need to go to the light yellow. And we need 3 of these light yellows. So there was 1, 2, and 3. So back to the dark yellow. And we only need 1 dark yellow here. And then switch back to the light yellow. And 1 light yellow. Alright, and then we're switching back to the dark yellow again. And now we need 3 dark yellow. So there's 1, 2. Uh-oh. I lost my light yellow and I need to bring that with me. Oh, goodness. I didn't finish off this stitch over here. Alright, so we need 3 dark yellow. So there's 2. 3. And now we're going to switch out to the light yellow. And we need 3 of them. So there's one. Two. Three. All right, now so now we just need one dark yellow. I'm leaving that light yellow behind. And then we need 5 blue. So we're going to blue. Leaving that yellow behind right there. So there's one. So actually 5 blue and a green should finish off this row. Two. Three. Four. And 5. Switching over. And then here's the green to finish off the row. Slip stitch here. And there is row 28. Okay, so now row 29, chain 1 and turn. We are going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our green square in the third. And then we need blue. Yep, just 1 green. And now we need 4 blue. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. And so we've got the green, the blue. Now we need the yellow, the dark yellow. So we need a dark yellow next. Yep. And then we need the light yellow. Switch that over. And we are needing 3 light yellow. So there's 1. 2. 3. And then we need a dark, we need, go to dark, we need 3 dark yellow. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And back to the light yellow again. We need 4 light yellow. One, 2, 3, and 4. And then 2 dark yellow. And we're going to leave that light yellow behind, as we're not going to need that. I don't know why did I bring that blue all the way over here. Alright, done with that. Switching over to green. And now all we need is 3 green to finish off the row. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Slip stitch there, and there, that's done. Alright, and there is row 29. So we have 28 and 29 finished. Row 30 is next. Chain 1. In that last row, we should have left that blue over here. I hope I'm not going to regret this. So, since I carried this blue all the way over here, I need to carry it back. When I do the border, I'll try to get that blue, catch that blue there. We're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our square in the 3rd. And so row 30, we need 4 green squares. So there's 2. 3. Bringing this dark yellow up for this 4th green square right here, so we can go to it next. So there's 4 green squares. We need to switch over to the yellow And we need one yellow here. One dark yellow. And then we're going to switch over to the light yellow. And we are needing 3 light yellows. So there's 1. 2. 3. Switching over to the dark yellow. And then we need 1 dark yellow next. And then we're going to switch back over to the light yellow again. So we need 2 light yellows. One. And 2. And now we're going to switch back over to the dark yellow. And put 1 dark yellow in next. And then switch back over to the light yellow. And this time we're needing 3 light yellows. So there's 1, 2, and this is 3. And now we need a dark yellow. But we are done with the light, so we're going to leave it behind and put a dark yellow in next. And then switch over to blue, leaving the dark yellow behind right there. Bringing our green yarn along. We are needing 3 blue and 1 green to finish off this row. So there's 2, and 3, come on. Alright, so here we go. This is row 30. In row 30, you should have 20 squares. Yep, 20 squares in row 30. Alright. Mark that off. Move on to row 31. Chain 1 and turn. And let's slip stitch over to the 3rd stitch to start our first green square. And switch over to blue for 31. Yep. This time we're going to have to carry it all the way to the other end. We need 3 blue because the next row starts out with a green blue. So we're going to have to carry this blue all the way down to the other end. Alright, so 2, and this is 3. 3 blue. Then we need to switch over to the light yellow. I guess we're going to start out with a light yellow this time. Alright, but we are also going to pull up this dark yellow at the same time so that we have it for the next one. So we are needing 3 light yellows. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And then we need a dark yellow. Come on. So dark yellow, 1 dark yellow. We're going to switch off for the next 4 stitches. So 1 dark, 1 light, 1 dark, 1 light. So there's the dark. There's the light. Back to the dark. And then back to the light. And now we're going back to the dark. So we just did, switched them off, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we need 4 dark. So 4 dark yellow and 4 greens. It's going to finish off this row. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. So yeah, that's fine. Alright, now we're going to switch over to green. Leaving this yellow behind. So there's 1. 2. 3, and 4. Slip stitch here, and there you have it. So that's row 31, 32, chain 2 and turn, let's see, nope, not chain 2, we're chaining 1. That's why that didn't look right to me. Alright, let's slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, start our square in the third. We need 4 greens here too. So there's 1. I'm going to bring this blue up. 2. 3. And 4. And then we're going to switch over to the blue. And we need 2 blue. Hang on. We need to bring these yellows up too before we go any further. Because we're going to need them down here. So 2 blue. So we've got green. Then we need to switch over to the dark yellow. Yes, the dark yellow. And we just need 1 dark yellow here. And then switching over to the light yellow. We need 7 light yellow. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. All right. So now we're going to switch over to the dark yellow again. We're going to put a dark yellow in here. And then switching over to blue, we need 2 blue and a green to finish off this row. I'm leaving that dark yellow behind. So there's 1. And 2. Switching back to green. And then putting green one in this last stitch right here for our border. Alright, there's row 32. So let's mark off. We're almost done with this daffodil. Let's mark off 31 and 32. And we're going to go to 33. Okay, chain 1 and turn. And now we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And start our square in the third. Alright, and we are needing 1 blue here. And then we're going to need to go to yellow, the dark yellow. So we need 1 dark yellow, and then we need to switch over to the light yellow. And we need 2 light yellows. So 1, 2, and then we need 2 dark yellows. So there's 1. 2. Switching back over to the light yellow. In the next 4 stitches, we're going to be alternating dark or light, dark, light, dark. So here we go. There's the light. There's the dark. Back to light. And then back to dark. And that'll end the yellows in this row. So this is the last dark yellow as well. And then we need to go to blue, and we need 2 blue and 4 green. We'll finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, and now I need 4 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slip stitch here, and there is row 33 finished. Okay, so now row 34. Oh, I don't know why I keep wanting to do that. We're going to chain 1 and turn for row 34. Slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, and then we are going to start our square in the 3rd. Alright. We need 4 green ones here in row 34 starting out. So there's 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to switch over to blue. We only need 1 blue. Alright. Green, blue. We need dark yellow next. So in the next 3 stitches we're alternating dark, light, dark. So here we go. So there's the dark. Bring up the yellow, the light yellow. The next one is light. And the next one is dark. And then we need to go back to the light and put 2 light in. Oh my. So there's 1. And 2. And now we're putting blue, 1 blue in next. Go back to the dark yellow. And we need 2 dark yellow. There's 1. 2. And then we need to go to the light yellow. So dark is done with. We're going to do one light, one blue, one green. Should finish off this row. So there's one. Alright, so here's our blue. And then we need a green to finish off this last stitch. And there we go. So there is row 34. And then to do row 35, we're going to chain one and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first two stitches. And then start our green square in the third. Alright, so this is interesting. So anyway, we're needing this dark first, this dark yellow first. But I'm going to pull up this blue because we're going to need it. So we need 2 dark yellow and 2 blue. So there's one, and when we do this other dark yellow over here, we're going to pull up this light yellow and bring it with us too. So 2 dark yellow, 2 blue. Alright. Don't tell me that I got those tangled up. Alright. So there's 1. And 2. And now we need to go to the dark yellow again. Hang on. There we go. And we just need 1 dark yellow next. And then we need to go to the light yellow. And we need 4 of those. So there's 1. 2. 3, and 4. Now we're going to drop both yellows right here. That one and that one. As we're just going to need the blue and the green now. And now we need 1 blue and 4 green should finish off this row. I did 4 yellows. Alright. one blue. I'm going to leave it there and switch over to the green. And we need 4 green to finish this off. So by the end of this row, you should have 15 squares. All right. And there we have it. Looking good. So we just did 33, 34, and 35. So let's mark them off. And 36 is next. We're going to chain 1 and turn. So we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. Did I do that wrong again? Yeah, right here and right here. Alright, and here we go. Starting in our 3rd stitch here, we need 4 green to start out with. So there's 2. 3. And 4. And then we're going to switch to a dark yellow. Yep, bring the dark yellow over here. We're going to bring up this blue with us because we're going to need that later. So we need a dark yellow here. We're going to alternate the next 3 stitches. Dark, yellow, dark, light, dark in the yellows. Alright, so let's switch over to the light then. And then go back to the dark. And then we need to go back to the yellow, the light yellow. I'm going to leave this behind. That dark, we're done. And now we just need 2 light yellow. Switching over to blue. We need 4 blue and a green should finish off this row. So there's 3 and 4. And bring up the green. Slip stitch here, and there is 36. So 37, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And we got 3 blue, 1 green, 3 blue so far. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we need a dark yellow. So 1 dark yellow here, and then we need 4 light yellow. I'm going to take this dark yellow with me for a little bit, because I'm going to start out with the dark yellow at this other end. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Yeah, we're on 37. Okay. So I need to switch over to green from here. So yellow that way, and that yellow that way. And I need to switch over to green. So we need 4 green to finish off this row. I'm going to leave that blue right there. Because I should have never brought that down this far anyway. So, well. So what are we doing here? We needed 1 green, 3 blue, then 1 dark yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4 light yellow, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. What I was thinking. All right, so that is row 37. So let's mark 36 and 37 off. And we'll start 38. So chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch to the first 2. And then start our square. And 38, we're starting out with 3 green squares. So this is 2. And 3. And then we need the dark yellow. I'm bringing this blue up with me too. So we need 1 dark yellow, and then we need to bring up the light yellow. And we are needing 3 light yellow. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And then now we need a dark yellow. Alright, and now we need blue. So both of these yellows are going to stay here. I need blue. And we need 3 of them. 3 blue and a green should finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And we'll switch off to the green. Last stitch, there we go. So there is row 38 and row 39. Chain 1 and turn. And we are going to slip stitch to the first 2 stitches and start our square in the third, which is green, and then we need to switch over to blue. And this time we're going to leave the blue down here. Alright. So I need 3 blue again. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Alright. This blue is done. We're leaving it there. Now we need the dark yellow. So we'll bring that up. And we're going to bring this light yellow up with us too. And we need 1 dark yellow, 2 light yellow, 1 dark yellow. Alright, so go for the light next. So now we need just 2. We're almost done with this daffodil. So there's 1. And 2. And then that can stay there. And then we need to go to the dark yellow. And put a dark yellow in. And then we need 3 green to finish it off. So there's 1. 2. And 3. Slip stitch here. And there's 39. Alright, so row 40, chain 1 and turn. Slip stitch in the first 2 and start your square in the third. We need 3 green. So there's 2. And 3. And then we're going to do 1 dark yellow, 1 light yellow, 1 dark yellow. So there's the dark, we go for light. Then go back to the dark. We'll leave that light there. And then we need to go to the blue. So we're done with the yellow. So we need the blue. And we need 3 blue and a green should finish off this row. come on. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to switch over to the green to finish this off. And so this was row 40, and you should be down to 10 squares in row 40. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, yes. 10 squares in row 40. So row 41, chain 1 and turn. So we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, and then start your square in the third, and we need 1 green and 3 blue, so then switch over to the dark yellow, and we need 2 of those. One and 2. All right, and then switch back over to the blue, and then we need 1 blue and 2 green. We'll finish off this row, and I think we just finished off that daffodil. I think that was the last of that daffodil too. Yep. So there is row 41. We need to get another page out. It's right here. So 42. No, there's one more on the daffodil. Just one. Oh, goodness. Alright, so we're going to chain 1 and turn for 42. And then we're going to slip stitch in the first 2. And we're going to start out with 2 green. Alright, and then we need to switch over to blue. And we need 1 blue. And then this dark yellow. We only need 1 dark yellow. So this one is the last one to finish off this petal. And now we need to go back to the blue. And we need 3 blue and a green to finish off this row. So there's 1. Two. And 3. Switching over to green. Just right there. Alright, so there's that. So, the rest of these rows are going to be really easy. So anyway, we're going to cut off these yellows because we are totally done with yellow. And so we can get those out of our way. We're not needing those any longer. So let's chain 1 and turn for 43. And this is going to get so much easier from here on out. So 43, we starting out with the green, and then we're switching over to blue. And we need 4 blue and a green. 4 blue and 2 green. Sorry. That will finish off this row. So it's 1 green, 4 blue, 2 green. No, that goes back there. Alright, and here's our 2 green. Slip stitch there. Alright, 43. 44, chain 1 and turn. We are going to slip stitch here. So in 44 we're going to be down to 6 stitches, so it's 1 green, 4 blue, and 1 green. So there's 1. 2. I said 6 stitches, it's 6 squares in this row. 3. 4. Switching over to green. And we're going to finish off with the green here. Slip stitching here. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. So chain 1 and turn for 45. And this row you should have 5 squares. So let's get started with the first one. And in 45, it is green, 3 blue, green. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then here's the green. And that will be 5 squares. And row 45. Alright, chain 1 and turn. Row 46. We're going to slip stitch to the 3rd stitch and start our green square. So 46, we should have green, 2 blue, green. Should only have 4 squares. Alright, and 47. We're down to 3 squares, and it's green, blue, green. In row 47. So you have 3 squares. This is the end of the blue as well in this row. Slip stitch there, chain 1 and turn. Alright, so now we can also cut this blue off. We don't need that blue anymore. 48 and 49 are probably the simplest rows, like the beginning, pretty much. We're going to just put 2 green squares in here. So there's 1. And 2. Slip stitch here, chain 1 and turn for 49. And then we only need 1 square, and it's green. And that's this one right here. Slip stitch here, and we are completely finished. And now we can cut off our last color. Cool beans. Alright. Now let's see which way we went from this way. This is our daffodil. So it's looking pretty nice. Alright, so I'm going to go through and tie down all my ends, and then we will be back to do the border. I'll see you then. Okay, so this is the front. No, this is the front. So this was the front of our daffodil, and because the stem goes up in here with the leaves that way. Alright, and what we're going to do is I want this facing, I want this to be the front, so I'm going to turn it around to the back. And start the border. And something happened to my needle. I guess I gotta get another one. What happened to my hook? Alright. So this is the back, and we're going to start up here at the top. Where's my yarn? And make a slip knot. And right up here at the top is the first corner. So we're going to slip stitch into there. I'm going to go over this end. And we're going to chain one. And then we're going to put 2 half double crochets in here. Alright, now going down this side, we need to put 1 in the next stitch. And then you're here at the 3. So there should be 3 stitches in here. And this one right here. And then the next one is a 2. And then the next one is a 3. And then the next one is a 2. So you're just going to keep going like that. 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, all the way down to this side right here and to this next corner. You should have about 59 to 60 stitches. You know, if you have 58, 59, 60, it don't matter. Just so you have that many, and then I'll meet you at the end of this side, at the next corner. Alright, so we're back here. I have 2 more, well, I have 1 more stitch before we hit the corner. And in this corner, we're doing 2 half double crochets, chain 2, and 2 half double crochets. Now, that was the long side, because there's 2 long sides to this diamond. So 1 here, 1 here. Alright? And then there's 2 short sides, and we're going to go down the short side next. Alright, and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so we are, we're going to go into this stitch right here. In between stitches is right there. And then into this stitch. And then there's a double crochet right here. You're going to put 2 stitches in there. Alright, and then there's an in-between stitch right here. And then right there's that stitch, and then 2. So it's 2, 2, 2 all the way down. You're going to do 1 here, and 1 here, and then 2. So by the time that you get down to the end of this side, you should have about 49, 48, 49, 50, whatever number you come up with, somewhere around there. Okay, when you get to the corner, make sure you do the 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet, and then you're going to go down the other short side, do the same thing, and then finish the other long side. And I will meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so we are all the way around there, and I have finished off my corner here. So we are going to chain 1, and we're going to put 2 half double crochets in this corner. Alright, now, front loop only. We're going to half double crochet, in the front loop only. Yes. All the way to the sides, all the way down the sides, all the way around the diamond. In the corners, it's still 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 half double crochet. So I'm going to go around this off camera, and I will meet you when we get back around this whole diamond. Okay, so we are going to chain 1, and we're going to turn the whole thing. And then we're just going to put 2 single crochets, 3 single crochets in this corner. So every corner on this last row will have 3 single crochets in it. And now in the back loop only, we're just going to single crochet down the sides. So you're going to go around the whole diamond this way. And this is how you know you're on the front, is because of this little design that we made with those half double crochets. So you're just going to go all the way around it. So I'm going to finish mine off camera, and I want to, I hope that you guys had a lot of fun making this daffodil diamond with me. I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.